Imagine waking up one morning, stretching, grabbing your phone, scrolling through your notifications, and suddenly the Earth just stops spinning. No sunrise, no sunset, no day turning into night. Just stop, like someone hit the cosmic pause button. Sounds like the opening scene of a blockbuster disaster movie, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the wildest what-if scenarios of all time. What if the Earth stopped spinning? And before we start, quick deal. If you don't hit that like button right now, I swear I'll personally go and stop the Earth myself. Don't risk it. All right, so let's break this down. First things first. How fast is the Earth spinning right now? At the equator, our planet is rotating at about 1,600 kilometers per hour. That's faster than a jet plane. You don't feel it because everything around you is moving at the same speed. It's just like being in a car cruising down the highway. You don't notice the speed unless the car suddenly brakes. So what happens if the Earth suddenly slams the brakes? Here's the terrifying truth. Inertia is about to ruin your day. Everything on Earth, the oceans, the atmosphere, cars, buildings, you, me, literally everything, is moving with the Earth's rotation. If the planet stopped instantly, all of that momentum would continue, which means that at the equator, everything not firmly attached to bedrock would suddenly be launched eastward at bullet speed, 1,600 kilometers per hour. Imagine standing outside and suddenly being flung like a ragdoll through the air. Skyscrapers would topple, oceans would climb out of their basins, and the atmosphere would whip around the planet like an angry hurricane god. Tsunamis would sweep across entire continents. Hurricanes would make anything we know today look like a gentle breeze. Forget Category 5 storms. We're talking category everyone's gone. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, but what if Earth didn't stop suddenly, but slowed down gradually? Fair question. The destruction would still be apocalyptic, but in a slower, more drawn-out way. Because here's the thing. Earth's spin is what gives us day and night. No spin, no rotation, no day-night cycle. That means one half of the planet would be in constant sunlight, while the other half would be plunged into eternal darkness. On the day side, the sun would never set. Temperatures would rise to scorching levels, boiling oceans, frying soil and making the land uninhabitable. On the night side, everything would freeze solid. Imagine an endless Siberian winter, except worse, no light, no heat, just a frozen wasteland. The only survivable zone would be a narrow twilight ring between the light and dark sides. A permanent dusk. Sounds cool, right? Until you realize it would be a hellscape of constant storms, violent winds, and brutal weather swings. Life might cling on there, but it wouldn't be comfortable. Definitely not a place you'd want to book for your next vacation. And that's not all. Earth's rotation is also linked to its magnetic field. The spinning, molten iron core is what generates our protective shield against solar and cosmic radiation. If the Earth stopped spinning, that shield would collapse. Suddenly, the surface would be bombarded by deadly radiation from the sun and from space. So even if you somehow survived the mega-tsunamis, hurricane-force winds, boiling oceans, and freezing nights, you'd eventually get cooked by cosmic rays. Not great. Let's rewind a bit. What would happen in the very first seconds? Picture this. You're outside, maybe sipping your morning coffee, maybe scrolling on TikTok. Suddenly, the Earth slams to a halt. Your body, your coffee, your phone, everything keeps moving at bullet speed. Best case, you're thrown into the nearest wall. Worst case, you're just gone. So, yeah, if this video ever becomes real, you won't be here to finish it. So maybe hit subscribe now, just in case. But what about the oceans? Oh boy. Water doesn't like sudden stops. Billions of tons of ocean water would slosh out of their basins, rushing toward the coasts at impossible speeds. Whole continents would be drowned. The Atlantic would crash into America. The Pacific would swallow Asia. And the Indian Ocean would wash over Africa. If you live near the coast, well, maybe don't. And the atmosphere? Same deal. It would keep moving. Imagine winds, not at 100 or 200 kilometers per hour, but over 1,000. Forests shredded, mountains stripped, cities erased. Forget extreme weather. This is weather turned into a weapon of mass destruction. Now, here's an even weirder twist. If Earth stopped spinning completely, gravity would still hold everything down, but we'd lose the bulge at the equator. Right now, because of centrifugal force, Earth is slightly fatter around the middle. If we stopped spinning, that bulge would shrink and ocean water would redistribute. The seas would flood the poles and drain from the equator. Places like northern Canada and Siberia, underwater. Meanwhile, equatorial regions would become vast new continents. Good news if you like real estate near the equator. Bad news if you live anywhere near the Arctic Circle. And if that wasn't enough, let's talk about time. Right now, a day is 24 hours. If Earth stopped spinning but kept orbiting the Sun, one side would face the Sun for an entire year. That means 6 months of day, 6 months of night. Imagine the brutal summers, 6 straight months of daylight roasting everything. Then imagine the winters, 6 months of pitch-black cold. Agriculture, gone. Ecosystems, collapsed. Humanity, struggling if not extinct. At this point, you might be asking, okay, but is this even possible? And the answer is, not really. Nothing in the laws of physics is going to suddenly stop a planet the size of Earth from spinning. Unless, of course, some insane external force, like a collision with a Mars-sized object, came along. But if that happened, stopping Earth's rotation would be the least of our problems. Trust me. Here's a fun thought experiment, though. What if Earth didn't stop, but just slowed down a little? That's actually happening already. Thanks to the Moon's gravitational pull, Earth's rotation is gradually slowing. Every century, our day gets about 2 milliseconds longer. Not much, right? But give it millions of years, and the days will get noticeably longer. In fact, scientists believe that one day Earth and the Moon will be tidally locked, meaning Earth will always show the same face to the Moon, just like the Moon does to us. But don't worry. That's billions of years away. You'll still be late for work tomorrow. Now, let's make this personal. Imagine you had a choice. Would you rather live on the eternal day side of Earth, roasting under a sun that never sets, or on the eternal night side, freezing in darkness? Drop your answer in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious which kind of apocalypse you'd pick. And here's the thing, as scary as this all sounds, it's also kind of inspiring. It shows us how delicate life really is. We take the spinning of the Earth for granted, just like we take gravity, sunlight, and breathable air for granted. But all of it is a perfect balance. Change one thing, and the whole system collapses. So the next time you complain about Mondays or about your alarm clock going off too early, remember, at least the Earth is still spinning. Because trust me, the day it stops, Mondays will be the least of your problems. So what have we learned today? If the Earth suddenly stopped spinning, you'd be thrown eastward at bullet speed. Oceans would swallow continents. Hurricanes would destroy everything. One side of the planet would burn, the other would freeze. And eventually, cosmic radiation would finish off whatever was left. Pretty fun, huh? And the best part? It's not going to happen. Not now, not ever. At least not like this. The Earth will keep spinning for billions of years. And that, my friends, is good news. So if you enjoyed this apocalyptic roller coaster, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, so you don't miss the next end-of-the-world scenario we'll explore. Because let's face it, if the Earth ever really stops spinning, YouTube will be the last thing on your mind.